Alright. Deep Sea Diva negated again.
The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
Welcome to another video. Today, we are combining the ultimate fish-based decks. That's right, it's Atlantean Mermails with the Ghotis. And I did a lot of brewing, and I think I've come up with the best list that combines the powers of both. Opponent, go in first, activating a Rhino Heart. We're going to Ash Blossom that. We don't want Tearlament's Fusion summoning. And Tearlament's going first. I think we've got him figured out. Triple evenly matched. Gonna make it a fair fight. Now, evenly matched won't win you the game, but it will definitely make things fair. Alright. Now, we don't know what opponent has set, but a lot of Tearlament's players now are playing Crime. And Tearlament's Crime, which I will put up on the related card screen. Thank you, Konami, for adding this feature. Tearlament's Crime lets them, it's an Omni Negate. They can negate anything. So, we're gonna try and bait out the Crime. We have probably the best card in this deck, Synchro Overtake. It gives you two modes. You activate it, you can either special summon or add to your hand a tuner that's named in a synchro monster in your extra deck, and that's going to let us get Deep Sea Diva. So let's show it off. Now we're trying to bait here. If opponent has interaction, they might use their Crime to negate this. We don't know that they have Crime, but you know, they might also have an Ash Blossom that they could use. Opponent's letting it go. Alright, well, they let us get an extra Deep Sea Diva. That's probably fine. You saw in the extra deck we had to reveal Deep Sea Repetitor. You need this in your deck. You're not going to summon it, but I think it's worth it to give us the power of Synchros. Alright. Now, we're going to go to battle. We're going to evenly matched. Opponent hitting us with the Crime. Alright. Hitting us with the Crime. So, evenly matched negated. Opponent gets to keep two cards instead of going down to one. That's alright. They sent a Keldo to the graveyard, means they got a live Shuffler. Alright. So, what are we going to do now? We know that this other card is probably a negate. It's either an Imperm or a Suliak, which is going to let the Tearlament's player negate our play, but we're going to have to go for it anyway, alright? Let's start by Deep Sea Diva in. If opponent negates the Deep Sea Diva, we'll just have to play around it. Opponent going for the negate, alright. And normally you're playing Mermails, this is the end of your combo, you're done. But now that we have Ghotis, we got plays. We have the Supe Dustwalker. Now I will point out, the opponent sending that to the graveyard. Now we gotta hope that opponent isn't also able to Tearlament's Fusion summon right now. Opponent summoning, oh no. Alright, this is bad news, bears, alright. Opponent sent a Havness to the graveyard, and then they summoned a Rhino Heart. So that's gonna let them Fusion summon. Opponent activating. Fusion summoning. Making the Kit Kolos. Okay, and they don't know this. They do not know this. But if they make a Rokolos right now, because they can send Kikolos, send a Tier, make Rokolos, they'll be able to negate the summon of our Dustwalker and we'll be out of this game. But opponent doesn't know, so we'll see what they do. Opponent activating. Adding to hand the Havness. Okay, that's good news. Now Havness activates if we activate a monster effect on the field, so we have to be aware of that, because opponent could at any moment activate that Havness if we, you know, and start milling Tears and Fusion summon, and then we'd be out of this. So we're going to be real careful here. Let's activate the Dustwalker. Discard the Zep. Summon the Supe, okay? And we're going to Synchro Summon into the Arion Post. But we are not going to activate Arion Posts. Activating Arion Post will let them activate the Havness in hand, summon it, start milling, potentially Fusion Summon. We need to get rid of this Kit Kolos before that happens. So, no Arion Post activation. Immediately Synchro Summon into the Azcan. That's going to get us a search for the Arion Posts. And then we're going to banish. Alright, and we chain block this. We know what opponent's hand is. They don't have Ash Blossom. Opponent activating the Havness. Alright, now, you know, fun fact, alright, we could have actually chain blocked the Havness. If we'd done this in the other order, Arion Post second, Azcan first, I think that it chain blocks the Havness. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Havness has to respond to the effect on the field. So if you chain block, Havness will not summon itself. So, was that a mistake? Possibly. We'll see. Opponent milling an Ash Blossom. We're going to banish Kit Kolos. That's going to make it a lot harder for our opponent to play. So, Konami, if you're listening, please ban Kit Kolos. Makes it a lot harder for them. Alright. We're searching for an Abyss Shark. Opponent did not shuffle away our fish. Azcan's going to come back. Opponent going to Fusion Summon. Scream going to activate. Activate. Add the Suliak to hand. Alright, Sheeran going to Fusion Summon the Kaleido Heart. This is their last Tearlament that they can make in the extra deck. With Kit Kolos in the banish zone, they cannot make the Rokolos. Opponent shuffling our Azcan into the deck. If we'd done that the other order, We could have had that Azcan still on the field. They wouldn't have been able to activate Havness. We could have Abyss Sharked and make a rank 4. So you know what? I'm gonna say that was a misplay on our part. We could have played better. You gotta learn. All right, opponent hitting us with Kaleido Heart. Not lethal damage though. Set in one back row. We know they added a Sulliek to hand, so this is probably second Sulliek. Draw the Call by the Grave. That is excelente. Let's Deep Sea Diva. Now Sulliek negates, but it does not destroy. So opponent gonna negate the Deep Sea Diva. That is a-okay. Deep Sea Diva negated, as is tradition. Now that's gonna get sent to the graveyard, and it's gonna resummon itself. So let's Call by the Grave. Call by the Grave, banish, negate. Opponent shuffling away. Shuffling away their Tearlament cards. Not even caring about our fish. That is... We don't have any fish in the graveyard right now anyway, I guess. Opponent not caring about our graveyard. Dodge in the Call by. Now, that was probably smart, because if they let that get banished, then they'd never summon it again, and they'd have no Tearlaments. Let's activate Abyss Shark. We have a Water Monster on field. Search for one Silent Angler. Special summon itself. Go into Arianpos. Activate Arianpos. Opponent's last card is another Havness. Alright. Good job, opponent. Sometimes they always have it. Sometimes they have it. Alright. They mill nothing, luckily. Mill some nonsense. Well, I say nothing. They have a Fairy Tale Snow now. Alright. We're banishing Paces, so it's going to come back on our opponent's turn. Let's attack over the Havness. Opponent's got no cards on the field, other than he's probably 2 Sullieks. Yeah, we know it's a Sulliek now. Paces come back. Come back to the field. Opponent. I think we got lucky there. Alright, opponent summoning a Ghito. Immediately activate Paces. Opponent responding with Fairy Tale Snow, banishing every single card in their graveyard and on their field to summon the Fairy Tale Snow, but Fairy Tale Snow effective flip face down. It activates after the summon. It's in response to the summon. Opponent's every card's banished. So our synchro summon's happening. It's too late to stop it. Azcan on the field, opponent flipping it face down, but it's gonna get banished. Azcan gonna dodge. We're gonna get a search, and opponent knows they have nothing left. Dominating the Tearlaments. Alright, that was a good game, but I think we can be better. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, if you like this deck list, if you like this gameplay, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll have a lot more quality content coming up in the future. And hey, did you know you can join the channel? I'm coming up with some new join rewards. Let me know in the comments if you can think of some rewards that would get you to join the channel, because it's only $1. I'm sure there's something you can come up with. Alright, let's Lifeless Sleep Fish. Send Silent Angler to the graveyard, because, unfortunately, our one copy of Schiff is in hand already. So we got Paces banished. Schiff is in our hand. You know what? That's okay. We don't need to send Schiff to the graveyard. Paces come back. Opponent trying to go to battle. Alright, now, when opponent goes to battle, they could be baiting us, they could be debating us, pretending to have evenly matched, but we gotta make it, we gotta play like they have it. So they're trying to go to battle, we're gonna Arianpos, activate, banish the Zeb, Zeb gonna come back, Synchro Summon, and we're still gonna have plays on main phase 2. Azcan, not doing anything, but we get to search for Snopios. Opponent goes to battle. They did have it. They have the evenly. Alright. Going to main phase 2, and now we get to see what they're playing. They're playing birds. Birds versus fish. Alright. Opponent. Adding the Flounderies map to hand, activating the map. Summoning the Rabina. Adding the Eaglin. Summoning the Eaglin. Adding the M-Pen. Summoning the M-Pen. Searching for a Flounderies trap. The birds are going to get added back to hand from the banished zone. Opponent, what other plays do you have? Now, I'm really worried about... Opponent doesn't know. But the card I'm really worried about is this. Flounderies and Export Winds. It's going to let them tribute our cards so they can tribute summon using our Azcan. That's not ideal. Opponent, what are you searching for? Opponent adding their birds back to hand. Adding the Flounderies and the Dreaming Town. Alright, that's just going to let them normal summon on our turn. Alright, get out of here. We don't want to see that. Opponent activating their Flounderies. Okay, I don't know why they did this. They activated the map to normal summon Rabina, but opponent, you already activated Rabina this turn, and now you don't have an excuse because it shows you with these little check marks that you activated it. So that was probably not a correct play. Adding a Stride to hand. Stree. Someone told me it was like ostrich, so it's Stri, but that feels wrong to me. That feels wrong to me. I'm sorry. Alright, opponent, trying to end the turn with this nonsense board. Let's activate Snopios. banish the shift, banish the paces, and we don't have to activate Snopios, so that's why I summon an attack. It's negated by the Flaundries and M-Pen, so that's fine. We just have it in attack mode. That's all good. Dura. Get our fish back on the field. Shift come back. Paces come back. Alright, and Flounderies. If we normal summon a monster, they're going to get to normal summon. If we summon anything in attack mode, it gets negated by the M-Pen. So we gotta be real careful here. What are we going to do? First play. Baron de Fleur. And that's the great thing. The great thing about having your fish on the field at the beginning of your main phase is that a lot of effects are only activatable in the main phase. That means our opponent didn't even get priority to activate this before we could synchro summon Baron. So there you go, we played around him. Let's activate Baron. Pop the map. Opponent activating. Dreaming Town. It's negated. Sorry, opponent. We knew what you were going to do. We played around it completely. Negate and destroy. Pop that map, and now we can normal summon. Let's Azcan in defense mode. Banish the M-Pen. Now our special summon monsters can come in attack mode and activate their effects. Azcan, banish the Snopios. Azcan resummon itself. Snopios, banish a fish from the graveyard. Banish that Paces. Paces come, or sorry, Snopios come back. Deep Sea Diva, get the Prince. Activate the Prince. Send Dragoons. Add Poseidra. Dragoon's going to activate. Search for a Megalo. We're going to synchro summon into Tatsunoko. Activate the Tatsunoko's effect to let us synchro summon using a card in our hand. Use Poseidra to make a Big Chungus. Big Chungus on the field. Let's Abyss Megalo. He can attack twice. If we tribute an attack position monster, we can tribute this Snopios that we can summon on the field. An opponent is dead. That is lethal damage. Birds destroyed. Alright, I think that we played pretty well in that game. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, we are going second. And we got all the synchro overtakes in the world. Opponent summoning Cyber Dragon Core. Now, I love my Cyber Dragons. I used to play the deck, but a lot of cards came out recently, and I don't know how to play the deck anymore. But usually, Ash Cyber Dragon Core is the correct play. Opponent called by the Graving our Ash Blossom, so they get to do whatever their Cyber Dragon play is. Now, when I played Cyber Dragons, if I resolved the Cyber Dragon Core, I could make an Omni Negate with the Cyber Dragon Infinity or whatever. Yeah, Cyber Dragon Infinity. So let's see what the opponent can do. They are playing the Cyber Dark cards. Alright, now I remember Cyber Dark not being that great, but we'll see what the opponent can do with it. Cyber Dark cards activate in the graveyard. Now they are free to do whatever they wanted. So this is Cyber Dragon Core. What does Cyber Dragon Core get you? They're adding Cyber Dragon to hand, activating a Claw. That's going to add a spell trap. Alright, so they get the Realm. Realm lets them add a Cyber Dark card, a monster to hand. Okay, getting the Cannon. Activating the Cannon. A lot of nonsense happening. Getting the Chimera, okay. And passing the turn. Opponent, come on. What is this? This is soft. Alright, I expect better. If you want me to play Cyber Dragons correctly, let me know down in the comments. And I'll give this deck a spin because I love this deck and it has been ages since I played it. Alright, let's start with a Synchro Overtake. This has two modes. Summon to hand, summon to field, or add to hand. We're going to add to hand because Deep Sea Diva needs to be normal summoned. Normal summon the Diva. Opponent has nothing. Prince. Activate. Send Dragoons to the graveyard. Add Dragoons to the hand. Dragoon's going to search for the Deep Sea Minstrel. Since we already have Poseidra in hand. Let's activate the Minstrel. Take a peek. Look at opponent's hand. They got Cyber Dragon now. I probably, in retrospect, alright, we had a water in hand. What we should have done, instead of adding Minstrel, we should have added Dragoons. Like, what am I doing? I could try and get lethal. I could try and push for lethal. I'm being greedy. I'm being greedy instead of pushing for lethal. We're going to banish that Cyber Dragon from hand. And they had another, I think, another Cyber Dragon. And they had the Cyber Dark Monster they added to hand. And then they had a Star Destroying Kaiju, which is not good. We need to make them discard that. So let's add Moon Glacia. Summon the Tatsunoko. Make him discard 2 with Moon Glacia. And we did hit it. We hit that Star Destroying Kaiju. Okay, so opponent's last card is Cyber Dragon. At the end of their turn, they're getting a second Cyber Dragon in hand. Oh wait, no, it's the Cyber Dark card. They have a Cyber Dark card in hand. Oh no. Well, let's hope it doesn't matter. Let's make Baron. Activate Baron. Pop that back row. Get to combat. And this is, again, This is a horrible misplay. We could have gone for lethal here. We gone for lethal, we would have for sure won, alright? But you know what? We'll keep going. We got a negate. We're going to cross out designate. Paces. That's going to come back. We can use the Moon Glacia to synchro summon a Ghoti to the deep beyond. Opponent, get their Cyber Dragon back. Alright. We got negate. We got banish the whole field. Opponent, what can you do? Opponent, Cyber Dragon Core activate in the graveyard to summon a Cyber Dragon. Cyber Dragon Nova going to summon a Cyber Dragon from the graveyard. We are going to negate. Our negate is gone. But we know opponent has one Cyber Dragon in hand and a Cyber Dark card in hand. Cyber Dragon on the field. They're trying to go to battle. Alright. Now I'm like, okay. Let's banish the Cyber Dragon. And I don't know what Cyber Darks do, but hopefully we'll be okay. We're going to banish the whole field. Go to the deep beyond. Banish the field. Opponent summoning the Chimera. Alright, discarding a card. Adding a power bond to hand. Oh no! I did not know what this did! Opponent, their last card, summon Cyber Darkness Dragon using all the monsters in their graveyard. It's going to activate in the graveyard and attach a dragon or machine monster from the graveyard to this card. And earlier, they sent a Cyber End Dragon, meaning this is 8,000 damage. Alright. Okay, you know what? That was entirely my fault. If I had played better, I could have got lethal there. I think we're ready. I think we're ready to not misplay again. Let's go on to the next game. Sometimes you just can't be scared. If you have a way to push for lethal, you gotta just go for it. Alright. We got a very interesting hand here. Moon Glacia we're not going to be able to use. We got 2 call buys and an evenly matched. This is very spicy. Alright, well, let's normal summon. Send the shift, banish the shift, set a card, and pass a turn. And one of the great things about this combo of these 2 decks is now we have a lot more starters. Opponent activating Heartbeat. Heartbeat gonna pop our set call by or shuffle it into the deck. I only set the 1 call by. Was that a mistake? We know we're playing against tier limits now. Kinda wish I had that second call by on the field. Alright. Opponent getting to search for a tier limit, getting the Havness. Rhino Heart getting summoned. Alright. We activate now, okay? Because we want to banish that Kikalos. Opponent responding with Havness. That should not matter. Let's synchro summon into the Arion Post. Opponent sent a tier limit to the graveyard to fuse with. Arion Post activate. Banish. Banish. The Zep. Opponent fusion summoning. And I was so worried right now. I was like, oh my goodness. I was so worried that opponent, instead of making Kikalos, would go straight into the Kaleido Heart. If they'd gone into Kaleido Heart here, oh my god, my clicking is so bad. If they'd gone into Kaleido Heart here, they would have sent our Arion Post into the deck, and then we would not have been able to synchro summon. So luckily opponent summoned Kikalos. Yeah, lucky these tier limit players don't know what they're doing. They don't know what we're doing. Alright, Zep on the field. Opponent getting Mermail to hand. Let's synchro summon into the Azcan, banish that Kikalos, put it on the ban list, search with the Arion Post, and you'll notice, this time, I did it the right way. I chain blocked the opponent's Havness or Mermail that they added to hand. No, wait, where's Havness? They have Havness somewhere. Alright, maybe they don't have Havness, but we chain blocked it. We chain blocked it, so if they have Havness, they can't summon it. Arion Post getting us. The Snopios. Azcan coming back. Opponent activating Foolish Burial Goods. Sending Scream to the graveyard. Adding a Crime. Omni negate Crime. Activating Pot of Prosperity. That is not a card I usually see tier limits play. They're very heavily reliant on their extra deck, and they do not really need card filtering. Opponent summoning a Mudora. Discarding the Kelbeck. That's going to let them mill a bunch of cards. What'd they mill? Actually nothing, because Havness got milled, but it already activated this turn. Alright, what did we mill? Nothing relevant. No fish. Opponent summoning a Baguska. They were afraid. This is what tournaments do if they don't think they can deal with what's happening. They make the Baguska, the drunk Baguska that has been censored by Konami. Alright. How do we get out of the Baguska? Well, we gotta wait till the Baguska makes a mistake. Shift come back. Let's synchro summon into the big Chungus. Let's put him in defense mode. There's no reason to summon him in attack and make him sloppily turn to defense mode. Let's set this call by the grave. Pass the turn. Opponent, what are you doing? We'll see what they do here. Detaching a material. Switching Bagooska to attack mode. Opponent, you are no longer safe. I think they were going to try and attack and make a Zeus. Opponent, sorry to teach you this, but Snopios does not care. Banish 2 fish from the graveyard. Opponent, activating Maxi. Well, we're going to try and call by, but we know opponent can dodge the call by with the shuffler. Konami, ban the shufflers. Thank you. Dodging call by. So they got Maxi live, but that's okay. We don't need to give them too many cards. Let's Snopios. Snopios on the field. Trigger the Chungus. Chungus trigger. Azcan gonna trigger, and we will get back the Azcan, but we're not gonna get back. Where's the other one? We're not gonna get back the Zep. We banished Zep here. We're not gonna resummon the Zep. We could have summoned the Zep and synchro summon again, but we're not gonna do it. All right. Big Chungus, banish the Bagooska, banish a tier limit card from the graveyard. We banished this Soliac. All right. Opponent summoning milling randomly, but with no Kikolos. What can they make? Well, they had all the different names in the graveyard, so they're getting Kaleido Heart. Shuffling away the Supreme Sovereign, getting into our Azcan. Going to main phase 2 set in the back row. We know they have Crime. We know they have it. Alright, let's get back our Shift. Synchro Summon. I'm going to try and deal with this board. Synchro Summon into the White Aura Whale. Activate to destroy all monsters on the field. Opponent responding with a Crime. Crime negate. Shuffle into the deck. But now, opponent, your shield's down. We had this evenly matched in hand the whole time, and now it's time. Battle phase. Evenly matched. They're keeping one monster on the field, the Kaleido Heart. But we got our normal summon, and now it's finally Deep Sea Diva time. Deep Sea Diva, summon the Prince, activate Prince, send Dragoons, add Poseidra. Dragoon's going to activate. We're getting a Deep Sea Diva for next turn. Synchro summon the Tatsunoko, use the Poseidra in hand. And you'll notice, alright, people say, oh, why do you play Poseidra in this deck? If our opponent knew how to play tier elements, they could have Kaleido Hearted, or sorry, they could have Shufflered using this Keldo. Our Dragoons, when it got sent to the graveyard, before it activates, they could have shuffled it away and it would not activate, and we would not be able to search for a level 7 to add to hand, alright? So Prince adding Poseidra directly to hand is the way to go. Make that Che-Ying. Let's activate our Lifeless Sleepfish in the graveyard to trigger the Che-Ying. Shuffle 3 fish. Draw a card. Opponent using their shuffler, but it's too late. They're shuffling our fish away. Opponent. Che-Ying has been triggered. Look at this angry man. He is angry. And he's going to banish a card from the field and graveyard. Banishing opponent's Havness. Pass the turn, opponent. What can you do? Draw in Rhino Heart. Is this the best card in their deck? Well, not with all their tier elements banned. They're sending a Sheeran, but they can't fusion summon. And they're out of here. Love to see it. Tier elements defeated again. Let's go on to the next game. Alright, we got one final game here. And we're going first. Let's start with that Synchro Overtake. Opponent responding with a Max C. Great part about Synchro Overtake. You make the choice whether to summon to field or add to hand on resolution. So we don't give our opponent any cards with this. Opponent going to activate their Max C. We're going to add our Deep Sea Diva to hand. And I used to get very upset when opponent Max C'd us because the Deep Sea Diva combo is a lot of draws. It's going to give him like 2 or 3 draws minimum. So, but now we got a great line. We're going to normal summon Prince. Activate Prince. Send Dragoons. We're going to add Heavy to hand. Dragoons. Going to search for the Lapis Dragon. It will summon itself in defense mode. Give him 1 card. Give him 2 cards. Make the Arion Post. Arion Post banish. Shift from the deck. Pass the turn. 2 cards. Not that bad. Little Potigree. We turn Maxi into a Potigree. Opponent. How dare you? They are activating Maxi during our standby phase, or during their standby phase, to draw from our beautiful fishes after they activated Maxi on our turn. Well, you know what? We got the negate for Maxi. It's our own Maxi. Let's activate. That's right. Opponent. You want to let us draw cards? Opponent does not. Opponent negating our Maxi and negating their own Maxi. Got him. Got him with the Call by the Grave that they had in their hand. Alright. Opponent negating Max C. Opponent's own Max C is negated by their Call by. Shift comes back. No one draws any cards. Alright. Opponent. Are you playing Dark Magicians? Activating. Getting an Illusion of Chaos. Illusion of Chaos going to add the Magician Souls. Opponent. Sending a card back. Activating Terraforming. Wait a minute. This is Spirals. You're not playing Dark Magicians at all. Alright, well, the Spiral Resort has an ignition effect to add a Spiral monster from deck to hand. It also says opponents can't target other Spiral cards with card effects, so we gotta do this now. We're gonna make the Azcan. Azcan targets, so if this stops us from targeting their cards, we're just gonna have to get rid of it. Azcan on the field. Search with the Arion Post. Banish with the Azcan. Chain Block, Ash Blossom. We know our opponent doesn't have it though. They would have Ash Blossomed our Maxi. Get the Abyss Shark. Get the Azcan back on the field. And we didn't get Snopios because we have no fish to banish. So if we got Snopios, we just don't have a fish play. That's why we got the Abyss Shark opponent. Gonna get the Master Plan, and we'll fast forward this because opponent's gonna wombo combo. Making the Nightmare Cerberus. Cerberus gonna discard to shuffle the Azcan or pop the Azcan. Sorry. They're adding more Spiral cards, banishing from the graveyard to resummon their Spirals. Spirals is a very long combo deck. They combo for a long time, but can opponent get lethal? Celine. Summoning the Master Plan, getting another Spiral Trap, activating another copy of the Field Spell. Summoning an access code, a very big access code. Are we gonna die? 5,300 attack. They name monster blind. Blind name monster. They got monster, and they're getting that super agent on the field. But opponent, this is not lethal damage. We live. We have 800 life points left, and we're going to evenly match right now because opponent set their back row during the main phase 1. So we're going to get them with the evenly match right now. Opponent keeping one back row. Let's draw. We draw the Supe Dustwalker. All right. We got lots of plays. Let's start with the Deep Sea Diva. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Start by summoning Shift. Now we'll start with the Deep Sea Diva. Opponent has a Psi Frame Gear Gamma. Gonna negate and destroy the Deep Sea Diva. Alright. Alright. Deep Sea Diva negated again. And this Deep Sea Diva's curse. I think how many games we played? How many times has Deep Sea Diva been negated? I think more times than games we played. Alright. Let's activate the Supe Dustwalker from hand. Synchro summon into the Arion Post. Arion Post, banish a Paces from the deck so we have plays on our opponent's next turn. Now, we activate Abyss Shark in hand. Summon it to the field and add the Silent Angler. Slide on in Silent Angler, or sneak on in. And let's make the White Aura Whale. White Aura Whale says this card can attack all our opponent's attack position. Wait, hold on. 2 attacks on monsters each battle phase. There we go. And it does piercing battle damage. That means we got at least 5,000 damage just from this White Aura Whale attacking at these pathetic, weak Psi Frame Gear monsters. Alright, what's next? Arion Post searches. Opponent giving up. We had so many fish in the graveyard. We were going to summon Snopios. We could go into an XE4, except we're locked out of XEs. So we're not going to do that. We could have used the card in hand to summon another Deep Sea Diva to the field, go into another Synchro 6. I think we had enough plays to get lethal damage. And opponent, not even going to wait to find out. Let's go on to the deck list. Alright, here is my World Championship Mermail Ghoti deck list. Let's go through it, and then I'll talk about the card choices. Okay, we got Supe, we got Triple Prince, we got Triple Diva, we got 2 Maxi, we got 1 singular Heavy Infantry, we have 1 copy of Paces, 1 Shift, 1 Zep, 2 Ash Blossoms, a Deep Sea Minstrel, a Guitar Gurnards, 3 Dragoons, a single Silent Angler, 1 Lifeless Leaffish, 1 Lapis Dragon, Triple Supe Dustwalker, 1 Abyss Shark, 1 Snopios, 1 Poseidra, 1 Abyss Megalo, 1 Fooling Glacia, Triple Synchro Overtake, 2 Call by the Grave, 1 Crossout, Triple Evenly in the extra deck. We got 2 Tatsunokos, 1 Deep Sea Ripitatur, 2 Arion Posts, 1 White Aura Whale, 1 Excel Synchron, 1 Azcan, 2 Azcans, Baron, Chungus, the Supreme Sovereign, Go to the Deep Beyond, Abyss Dweller, Stealth Kraken, and an Abyss Glacia. Okay, so what I love about this deck, the number of starters has increased significantly with the introduction of Arianpos, okay? Mermails before struggled with having normal summon starters pretty much exclusively, and the extenders they had, you know, don't have solid lines. Also struggled from the Neptibus summon, which is a great starting combo, requiring you either to have other fish in hand to make it actually do anything useful, or make a 6 that was like the Penguin 6 that wasn't actually that great. Now we can Neptibus, get that Lapis Dragon on the field, and go into Arianpos, which banishes on the opponent's turn. That's like a great 6, and I really love that. Increases the power of the Prince quite a lot. Also, now that there's good 6s, it's worth it to play Supe Dustwalker. We're locking ourselves into synchros with Synchro Overtake. Supe Dustwalker locks us into synchros. That's okay. We're going to be synchro summoning all day. We also have Lifeless Sleefish in the fish, which is another starter. If you want to have more normal summon starters, you could even go up the Lifeless Sleefish, maybe go down some Princes, because you don't really need to have 3 or 4 copies of Prince. 1 or 2 copies of Prince is probably fine. You could go up Lifeless Sleefish, maybe go higher on the Shift Ghoti side of the deck, because that part's pretty strong. I even found room for 3 copies of Evenly Matched, the double call buys, the crossout, the 2, Maxis, the 2 Ash Blossoms. This deck struggles really hard against Maxi, and having all these cards is really good. And Evenly Matched, obviously, if we want to go second, something Mermails really struggles to do in the modern metagame, now we can do it. Now we can go second. Alright, in the extra deck, we got some great possibilities. Even some cards that you didn't see me use, like Abyss Dweller, could be swapped out for other synchro options. I'm playing the synchro Excel Stardust, but I'm not playing the Stardust Dragon, so we can't do the little Stardust quick effect play. I think it's probably good without it, but let me know what you think. How you like the deck list. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good night.